So good morning all, or good evening, or good night, wherever you are. Today, for what I decided to do is Vanessa's away at her yoga, at her anti-gravity yoga, where they do it in these big swing things. So I thought I would come down to the Navi Bank in Dundalk and try and get some photographs or some footage. So I thought while I was doing that, I may as well do some vlogging, because I haven't done that in a while, and it's something I enjoy. So over there is that used to be where when I was in the Scouts we had our boats and stuff. So there you go. There's something about being around water. Excuse me. There's something that being around water that I find really, really calming. When I used to live in Dundalk and I was having like bad times when I was like teenager, 18, 19, and it was just after my parents had split up and I'd moved out for the first time, and drinking and taking stuff that you shouldn't take, and in one sense having a great time, and in another sense having a shit time, because like I had no idea who I was, I had no idea what life was about. I was extremely naive, and my family unit had fallen apart, so I had no real base. And I used to come down here, not exactly here, but down further down, and just sit and look at the water. I remember hearing years ago this idea of letting the tide take away your worries and your tribulations and stuff like that. There's something to it for me anyway, and there's a feeling in the air around water. I try to explain this to Vanessa sometimes when we're crossing bridges, particularly the one in Drogheda, and I go, you can feel it, like if you had your eyes closed, you'd know you were beside water. And she goes, what are you on about? As she usually does. But there's a weight to the air around water, large bodies of water. I have to assume I'm not the only one who knows what I'm talking about there, but might be. So yeah, look how wonderful that is though. Look at that view. Look how calm that water is. So yeah, I'm glad to be beside the water, having said all that, because the last couple of weeks, last fortnight, so there's a number of things that have been going on in my life, and I've been quite down and quite, I don't know, my lust for life somewhat disappeared, which is not good, because I can easily spiral into very dark places, and none of the things that happened were anything, you know, soul destroying or life shattering, or no one died, or thing, but it was an accumulation or amalgamation of a number of things all together that just got to me, and it felt in some ways like it was happening at me, to me, purposefully, which these things do. And I'm aware that that's, a lot of my brain doing that, seeing patterns and putting it together. But it does feel at times where you have events that happen concurrently that just, in a sense, not that they shouldn't happen, but it just seems extremely odd and almost planned that they do. Like that old thing of things happen in trees. And I don't think that just someone made that up and, it just kind of stuck. I think things sometimes happen in trees, and, cliches become cliches because they're true and all that. So that was cool. People here are really, really friendly. I was just taking photos, and a couple of people stopped me and started talking. One guy was telling me about he used to be a sports photographer, he used to shoot everything 35mm film. Another guy just come down, just had a chat, just talking about drones and photography and all that. So I never would have thought, well, Dundalk is a friendly enough town in many ways, but that was really friendly and really nice and really soul enriching. So many people were just so nice and friendly, and just, usually when you're out and you're taking photos and stuff, people come over and a lot of people are, trying acting a maggot, or, being a bit weird with you, trying to make fun of you or something. But they're really nice, really really friendly. Now to collect Vanessa. So waiting outside yoga class for Vanessa, and people are looking at me odd because I'm talking to the camera. But they're on swings, so I mean, who's really been odd here? You can see, I won't be able to see these things? So they're swinging them. But it's me who's odd because I'm talking to a camera. But anyway, yeah, I rushed back here to be on time and now she's late. Such is the ways of the world. People have been asking why we have an upside down Jeebus in the car. And it's probably not as an interesting story as it could be. It's obviously like the boing, 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 jeez. And it was here on the old car. And then when we brought the new car, it wouldn't stick. So Vanessa just hung it there, and the easy way to hang it was upside down. So it's not any sort of religious statement or anti-Christian sentiment. It's just a fun Jesus upside down. I don't know what else to tell you, really. And the Day of the Dead, or the air freshener, which I thought would smell awesome, but actually doesn't really smell at all. So, and Big G. Only this is Little G. So I've been having this idea that I think might be cool and it might be fun to do, which is, you know, the main reason why I want to do it, is in some way combining the podcast with the vlog and do it kind of like a weekly vlogcast where it's like not a documentary. Have you ever... I can't ask you questions because you can't immediately respond to me. But have you ever heard of or heard Jon Ronson radio shows? Where they're kind of like mini documentaries. There's a great one with him, with Robbie Williams, about UFOs and aliens. He's done loads of stuff, and his new one's The Butterfly Effect. It's kind of very similar in style. So I think I could do something that is podcast listenable, that you just listen to it, that works from an audio sense, but also, you know, would work from a video sense. It would mean I could do stuff, same sort of stuff I would be saying and talking about on the podcast, only doing it, you know, different locations and adding in different things. I don't know, it could be cool. I might try it. See how it goes. It could be a non-mitigated disaster, but it could be cool. So, we'll see. One to think about. I like combining stuff where... you know, two separate things. If I can make them into one cool thing, that's, you know, pretty good. Synesthesia? It's not synesthesia. Synergy. Synergy, where, you know, two things become one, become better than the two things together or something. Anyway, yeah, just a thought.